Good morning, folks, and welcome back to the channel. Today we got a little something different going on. Unfortunately, it's like freezing out at 48 degrees. That's unheard of around here this time of the year. Anyway, we got my truck this morning. I've had a leak in the windshield for quite a while, and I think today we're gonna get that fixed. I've got the AAA folks coming from Florence, Alabama, and I was lucky enough to be able to get a windshield. They had one in stock, so yeah, looking forward to seeing how that's done. And I thought I'd go ahead and make a video of it. So just if you're interested, you can also see how it's done, and then I won't have to worry about driving in the rain. It drips pretty badly in there. It's been like that for 2 or 3 years. I know. But anyway, when they come, I will get the video started. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I have tried and tried to put all kinds of stuff up there and seal that, but when I'm driving, it's dripping really good. So I got it to the point where if it's just raining, it's not an issue. But this side of the windshield on the driver's side leaks pretty heavy. So we're going to get to watch them install this thing, and I'm not real sure how it's done. And I hope they have a good sealer and it does the job. All right. Okay, guys, the gentleman from AAA is here. He's going to fix up this new windshield to put into the truck.
Got a lot of apartments and stuff. So it's just.
Yeah, rent's getting crazy. Right now he's having to replace the rear view mirror and the little State Farm app thing.
I don't use that though, just because I tend to speed. They can't support the amount of police they have, so they start lowering the speed limits and making all these crazy speed traps.
Looks like we're having to remove the windshield wipers along with the mirrors.
Chrysler, it's having I'm having to do a bunch of like front suspension related work. The tie rod ends are bad in it, and then recently I replaced the hubs. And at first I thought it was the hubs was the issue, but I only fixed it partially. You know, I'm taking it up to the mountains and stuff, so it's it's doing me right. It's just of course.
If you do need something, I meant to look at that. You're taking that whole thing off. I was going to look at that pump for the washer. It's not spraying very good on that side. If you got that off, I'll be able to look at it and see what's going on with that. Isn't plastic wonderful? There was so much plastic on that Lincoln. It's got the 3.9 liter Jaguar motor on it. I was so disappointed.
Oh wow, the side's doing the same thing. Hey, that's been done before. That's an aftermarket molding. Come on, take it easy. You know this, rule number one of working on cars, an easy job is never easy.
Never, no. Something will always pop its ugly head up, make things difficult. It's like that on a bike too, especially the older vehicles. What's the most difficult job you've ever run into replacing a windshield? What kind of car?
Specifically a windshield or just any automotive glass in general?
Yeah, either or.
The most difficult thing I'd ever done. I forget the name of the vehicle, but it was some kind of BMW.
Huh.
It was like a $600,000 vehicle. Expensive. Wasn't the windshield, it was a moonroof that went from the windshield all the way back to the back glass. That sucked.
Yeah. Yeah. My mechanic, Terry, said, I got the sunroof on the Lincoln there. He said, don't use it. I pop it up, to let the air in. But he said, don't use it because that's 1,000 parts when it comes apart.
Yeah, no, it sucks doing them. It really sucked. The way they had designed it, it's like the glass was like right up against the frame. There was like no urethane really. It was a nightmare.
Use Chinese windshields.
Yeah.
Safe Light, yeah. And he advised me against that. So that's another good reason I called y'all. You got some good reviews on your Facebook. I mean, on your feedback from reviews, customer reviews. You got some good reviews.
Yeah. Oh, I think you might be right. It might be the windshield because it feels like I'm not cut through anything.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Usually these are super tough to cut through.
Well, no telling, even if they replaced it, how old it is now. And it came from St. Louis originally.
Come on. Okay.
How'd you get into this business?
My dad actually. My dad's been doing it
Okay.
for as long as I've been alive, actually. Um, and I was working at a factory, and it closed down, and I needed a job, so I asked my dad. I was like, "Hey, is there any way I can come and install glass with you?" And it's like, yeah, he goes where he goes. Right there in the center. A lot of people, they use something else. It's almost like a sawzall.
Huh.
I have one, but I don't like it. But if I don't absolutely have to, I don't like to use that thing. Just because it for sure can tear stuff up.
Yeah, I first called around asking if people would take the windshield out, reseal it, and put it back in. And there's people that will do that, but then I thought, well, I'm still looking at that chip. If I do that, might as well go ahead and do it the right way.
Oh boy, that's not supposed to do that. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Whoever did do this before didn't do it right.
Why am I not surprised to hear that?
Yeah, some people get into the automotive world and don't care.
Yep. I ran a Texaco station for 8 years on the weekends. And back then you did a lot of things, but it was all older cars, you know. And you had service. You'd fill them up with gas. You'd give them some glassware, and then you'd replace their exhaust system or tires or whatever you needed to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never been to a concert. My brother has though, but I personally haven't. It's just they're expensive.
Right, right. In my days, you could go to a concert for $15, $20. I think I saw the Stones for two people, $50.
Oh, wow.
That was in St. Louis. Little chit chat during the work experience. I'm just hoping it doesn't distract him too much.
In my experience, silicone's real bad for stationary parts. But I'll try and clean up as much as I can just because I'd like to clean it up and kind of have a nice clean area. Make sure I get like a nice clean set for you when I go to put this windshield in.
Thank you.
I'd like to make it look as nice as possible and hopefully prevent any issues from occurring in the future. Yeah, see, if you look over here, you see a little bit of surface rust right over here in this corner.
That's what I was afraid of, yeah.
And I'm willing to bet that that's because of this. Which isn't too bad. I've got some stuff. I've got Scotch Brite that I can try and use to get as much as that surface rust off too.
Are you applying a sealant already?
What this is it's our primer. So it works the same as like when you're doing like auto painting or anything like that.
Okay.
When they put a primer layer, it helps like bond.
Okay.
So instead of helping paint bond, it's helping the urethane bond. So I'll be putting this on the windshield and then also the body of the vehicle as well.
But if it can help someone else out where they, either know what to do or know where to go to get someone to do it right, that's really important to me anyway.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because there's some people that want their windshield replaced but would rather do it themselves.
Really?
So it's definitely good to have videos like this out there, kind of as like a more or less like a how-to, you know? There's tools to help someone install a glass. Like, I've got a tool. It's called the Solo Neo. There's other tools called like the Little Buddy or something like that. There's several tools to help people set in a glass, but there's some jobs you just physically can't use a tool like that. So it's like you got to be able to put in a glass just with those cups.
Wow.
And it's kind of sad. More and more people come into this job with like a shoulder issue or something like that, to where they physically can't lift a glass by themselves
right.
and set. Which, I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know, at least you're trying. But you know, it definitely sucks whenever they're having to send 2 techs out to do one job. You know. But it's a growing thing. More and more companies are like that now.
Yeah, I would have thought it would be easier if you had 2 people.
It definitely is.
Especially if they work together, you know, very, very, very often.
Oh, yeah. Jobs and other techs to worry about, you know?
Right.
So I kind of had to figure out how to do everything by myself.
By yourself. You get the pleasure of knowing that it's done right, though.
Oh, yeah. Someone else ain't coming along and mess it up while I'm sitting there standing with it.
Yep.
I was just going to use those cups, but honestly, with how big the glass is and how the molding is, I'd be afraid I'd mess it up otherwise. So.
Made specifically for one person application, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. It's so important to have the right tools.
Yeah, especially if you don't got a buddy that can help you out.
One-man operated suction cups to put the windshield in. Without any help. Battery operated adhesive applicator. Interesting. Maybe they have that for a caulking gun. He'll do that around the entire windshield before applying the glass, of course.
Oh, I messed up a little bit.
Oh, I see. Huh. How cool is that?
Oh, something's not right. Come this way. Yeah, no, it's like, yeah, I stay fairly busy here. So it's like, it's
Yeah,
unexpected customer's phone call, and it turns out to be spam. I tend to be pretty upset about it.
I usually block the numbers when they do that. Looks like we're almost done here.
All right. Not gonna shut this just yet.
Plastic didn't want to fit together too well, but that's to be expected with a 20-year-old vehicle. Other than that, looks like a great job. Put back the windshield wipers. All right, we're all done. Got the mirror back up. Nice clear view. Now it's time to pay. All right, guys, we seem to be done with the windshield install, and thanks for watching the video. It's been a while since I've done a video, but I've got some coming up. I've got to do tires on the Yamaha Roadstar, and I've got to do a valve job on this Moto Guzzi. So take care, and thank you very much. Have a good one.